Hey guys, today a quick overview guide about the pretty popular control Murloc Shaman deck, or some people also call it Moist Shaman, I think. So I call it control Murloc Shaman. To give you a little bit of explanation about the deck. I mean, it's a Murloc deck on the one side, what is completely the difference than control, and it's a control deck on the other side because you have the Snowfall Guardian, you have the Glugg or Glugg, I don't even know how it's exactly pronounced. For sure you have the hero card, you have a Mutanus inside, you have Wildpaw Cavern, so yeah, that's what makes the decks also so strong. It's a mix. You have both options, and in the two games, I think it's 2 games that I show you after this little talk about the deck, you will see that the deck has both options: playing a little bit control-like, or played super fast-paced with bringing the Murlocs on the deck, bringing maybe the Piranhas on the deck, make as much damage as possible every turn, get a white board and attack the enemy and just overwhelm him. So yeah, that's also why the deck is so popular all around the ladder, but I think especially in the higher levels, because in the higher levels, let me say Legend, I don't know, Legend Top 1000 for example. Aggro decks usually fall a little bit down, especially when they are like tribal aggro decks like Murloc or Beast Hunter or the Quest Pirate Warrior what we had, or Mecha Mage or Mecha Paladin. Usually tribal, fast-paced tribal decks kind of fall apart in Top Legend. I would never say they are not playable. I would never say you cannot reach a high rank with them, definitely. But I mean, you see it on the other side, on like tournaments like this weekend on the MT, the Masters Tour, that decks like this usually are not getting played. This deck is getting played because you can have a very strong early game, you have a very good transition into a mid game, and you still have maybe not the strongest late game. Yeah, you have no chance against the awesome Blade Ram Druid, Celestial Druid. You I don't know, maybe you cannot do something against the Boar Priest anymore when he has the things rolling. But at the end of the day, this deck has everything combined that makes it so strong, especially when you are good on playing on it. I want to talk quick now about every card a little bit. Besides, it's unnecessary that I talk about a single card by itself for a minute or something like this. So just want to have a quick overview about the cards. We talk quick about the Mulligan. We talk very quick about the game strategy and then, like I said, 2 games afterwards. So let us start. Schooling, very good card for killing the enemy's early pressure. You can have, when you play it on first turn, and on the second turn you already have a 2-1 and a 1-1 with rush. With the coin you can even have a 3-1, a 2-1 and a 1-1 with rush. That gives you a lot of opportunities to kill the enemy's board that he may be already prepared. Think about you play against a Murloc Shaman and he has the 1-3 Murloc directly in this at the second turn. Things like this, you can directly prevent it. Very strong card. Definitely necessary. Definitely good for Mulligan. We come later onto it. Amalgam, I guess nothing to really explain about it. Is a strong card. I'm not sure if it's maybe one of the most used cards now in all this expansion. I guess School Teacher definitely declined a lot now after his nerf, but I think together Amalgam and School Teacher should be 2 of the most played cards in this expansion. You can use it here very good for a Naga or for an Elemental. Both are things that has good synergy, so it's overall a good card, especially maybe with the Clownfish. You play Clownfish, you can Amalgam. With the Amalgam you get another one that's only 2 mana, and let's go. Bolner. Awesome card in this deck. If you think the enemy cannot kill it, you can maybe directly play it on turn 2, turn 3. If you are knowing that on the next turn you want to play something. You have a lot of battle cries in this deck that makes sense. And yes, maybe you think like, hey, the best is Mutanus or whatever. But you have other strong battle cries. Even the Amalgam is a good battle cry. This can be a good battle cry. The Macaw, after he has something saved. Clownfish can be a good battle cry. The School Teacher can be a good battle cry. The Snowfall Guardian can be... So I mean, a lot of strong battle cries. That's why this card is so strong in this deck. Also only 2 mana. After you play a battle cry, I mean, you repeat the first battle cry played this turn. So, yeah. What should I explain it to? Why should I explain it to you? It gives you a lot of opportunities. You can spread the deck. You can kill you can eat with Mutanus even more minions. It's just disgusting what you can do with it. You can make a double Snowfall Guardian turn, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Nothing to say about that. That's an awesome card in this deck. 2 mana only, 1/4. Yes, it is weak. It can be targeted fast. So usually try to play it in combination when you directly know now is a play coming with battle cries. But like I said, if you are 100% or close to 100% sure the enemy cannot kill it next turn, you can prepare it 1 turn before. Firemancer Flurgl is a good card. Can be a nice board clear, to be honest. In that case, especially with the Clownfish. Maybe even the Clownfish synergy with the Bolner. So can be, is a Murloc, it's a 2/3, it's decent. And like I said, can be a bot clear, is also making damage to the enemy hero, so it's just overall a good card. Frostbite, not a big explanation. When you think about it, an enemy, for example, big Spell Mage, instead of 9 mana for the Rune of Archmage, or for the he can just not play his spells anymore. For example, that can be is a very good card. You can also make other things, but also I have to say, sometimes don't keep it too long. If there is an enemy minion that is annoying for you and has only 2 life, or it has 4 life and you cannot kill it, I mean, let me say you cannot make an honorable kill. Just use it. Don't hold it in your hand till you lose the game. Sleetbreaker, very good early game, very good for the Mulligan. Wind Chill, that makes also gives you a card draw, frozen enemy minion card draw, is a 3/2, nice card. Battle Cry synergy, I already told you, with Brann and with the Bolner. Brann Bronzebeard, I hope I don't have to explain it a lot. Best combo, in my opinion, definitely with Mutanus. For sure also very good with Guardian. And like I said, nearly all these minions here have a nice battle cry. That means if you can hold it on the deck for 2 or more turns, it's, I would say, definitely GG. And like I said, what you can do with a Mutanus play, think about, you use Clownfish maybe a few turns before and you did not play any Murlocs. Mutanus would be only 5 mana. That means for 8 mana, 3 and 5, you could eat 2 enemy minions. And you know, some opponent decks are very dependent on their 1, 2, 3, 4 specific minions. If you steal them from the hand, it's very often a directly concede. Brilliant Macaw is a little bit like Bolner, I would say, just different. You repeat the last battle cry. Here it's very important that you know which battle cry you played before. So think about it. or make a note or use Firestone or whatever, what is necessary to keep it on track. Usually it's get used for the combo of Snowfall Guardian. Clownfish, I guess not a big explanation necessary. Best Murloc card in the deck or in the game maybe besides Gigafin, I don't know. It gives you a big opportunity. The next 2 Murlocs cost 2 less. Like I said, that means you can play it and you can play another Amalgam for free and discover discover another Naga when it's 2 mana or less. You can summon this for free. That means for 3 mana you get a lot of stats on the board. Cookie the Cook, overall a very nice card. I don't want to give you a long explanation about it, I guess. Lifesteal weapon, it's just nice. Okani, I would say it's never a mistake to put Okani in the deck. It doesn't matter which deck you play. Yeah, maybe if you play Murloc Warlock, then it makes no sense to put Okani inside, okay. But I guess you know what I mean. It's overall a nice card. School Teacher. It's only 1 time here in the deck, that's enough. It got nerfed, so it's not a must-have card anymore, but still a very good card. Also very nice battle cry, and with the Nagaling you can get a nice spell that you can maybe use later on. Wildpaw Cavern, one of the strongest cards maybe in the whole game when you think about mana and what you get stat-wise. And that's for stat-wise, you get it played. You have to pay the stats 1 time, the next turns you get these stats without have to pay something, full mana. And also the minions, they are freezing the elementals. So overall a very good card. Yes, I know, 4 mana, so maybe you don't like to do it, but it's a very good card for keep it on the mulligan. Bloodlust, typical finisher. Sometimes let me say the enemy has 40 HP. Let me say the enemy has 40 HP, or 30, it doesn't matter, but you know, nowadays often 40. It can be necessary or smart when you have, like, let me say 4 or more minions on board, and it's not even close to lethal. Let me just say it's a possibility of making, like, I don't know, 20 damage, just to give a kind of example. Then just do it. Just play the card, make this 20 damage. Because if you make the 20 damage at the end of the game or in the middle of the game, yeah, there is a difference, but not such a big one than you think. Yeah, it's if an enemy has only 20 HP and he's maybe not counting with the Bloodlust, then for sure it can overwhelm him and he's directly dead. That's better than in the mid game to make him 20 damage and he's still surviving so he can recover. But maybe there is no other chance anymore that you get 4, 5, 6 minions on board, because you know the enemies that have a lot of removal or they play a lot of minions with taunt, or they can remove your minions with their minions. So if you have a chance to use Bloodlust for a round, I mean, I would say the minimum should be 15 plus. If you can use it for 15 plus damage, then yeah, maybe use it. Think about it. Command of Neptulon, very strong card. Some people also only like it to do it 1 time in the deck. Understandable, but I would definitely recommend it 2 times. It's a very strong card. 2/5/4 with rush. I mean, that's 10 rush damage for 5 mana. Overload 1, okay. If it would be 2, I would see it in a different way, but with Overload 1, it's just a strong card. Gorloc Ravager, draw 3 Murlocs. You don't have a lot of Murlocs in the deck. I mean, yeah, you have a decent amount of, but it's not Murloc Warlock or not Murloc Shaman, where all your deck is Murlocs. So there can be a time coming that you play this card and you only draw 1 Murloc. then it's definitely not a good card anymore. I guess I don't have to tell it to you. You know it by yourself. But on turn 5 or on turn 3 with because of the Clownfish. Not turn 3 because you played turn 3 usually the Clownfish, so turn 4. But you know what I mean. Very strong card. Gives you an opportunity to draw the good Murlocs, also Mutanus. So just play it if you know you need cards and you don't need to do something more fancy. Snowfall Guardian. I guess no explanation needed. It's a little bit tricky sometimes to think about if you should attack something first and then play it, or attack nothing and then play it. Usually you don't attack and then play it, but like I said, it's a little bit of the skill ceiling with this deck, definitely. What you have to do. And yeah, but overall a strong card. I guess everybody knows that the enemies hate to play against it. Also very important that you maybe don't kill enemy minions when he is a full board, so everything is freezed. He can't do nothing. He can just make a spell or use his hero power, whatever, and give you the next turn. That means you freeze a complete turn. You don't only freeze his minions, you freeze his complete turn. And think about what is happening usually to you when you are having bad draw or whatever. Think about you are on turn 7 and you can do nothing. You just skip one turn. It's, you can cost this with the card, so awesome card. Glugg or Glugg. At the start I was not so happy about this card, but nowadays I think it's very, very strong. Yeah, because if a friendly minion dies, it gains its original stats. I don't think, I'm not sure if in the 2 games that I will show you, if we will see it. I cannot remember it, to be honest. The games are from today, but sorry, I cannot remember them. But definitely I saw today, when I played this deck, I saw 25 something Glugg, 35 something Glugg, 18 something Glugg. So it's very common that this thing is stacking up to a level that you cannot even imagine. And yeah, it's crazy. It's a very strong card. So, and yeah, it gives you 3/2/2 taunts. It's just it's a wall. Mutanus, for me personally, my fave card in the deck. Not because I think it's the strongest card, but it can cause a lot of headache for the enemy, for your opponent. So use it wisely. I mean, yeah, you can never exactly know what the enemy has on hand. We all know that. But I guess we all can a little bit predict it. And the prediction is even more easy when you think about a turn with Bolner or a turn with Brann Bronzebeard, so with Brann. So you can eat 2 minions or maybe even more. Just think about it. So use it wisely. I think we will see one of the games that you will see is won by Mutanus eating cards, a lot of cards, because also the Macaw can copy Mutanus battle cry. So yeah, it's crazy. Bru'kan, I guess not a lot of talk about it. Definitely a strong hero card. Yeah, you're a little bit depending on the randomness of his hero power after you used it the first time, but on the first time you can choose it. That makes it very strong. 8 mana, okay. 7 mana would be more awesome, but maybe too strong. 8 mana is fine. You get 5 more HP, 5 armor, and like I said, the first time you can use, you can choose the 2 pure powers that you use. What makes it a very strong hero card. Yeah, that's it about the cards by itself. Now I want to talk quick about the Mulligan. Mulligan, Schooling, definitely a good card for the Mulligan. Sleetbreaker, definitely a good card for the Mulligan. Clownfish, a good card for the Mulligan. And Wildpaw Cavern, a good card for the Mulligan. So that let me say, if you can choose if you're second and you get 4 cards, and if you could choose the 4 cards, it would be these 4 cards, in my opinion. If you cannot choose, try to go for 3 of them. I would keep Wildpaw Cavern always, in my opinion. I would keep Schooling always, in my opinion. So maybe these are the most important one. But yeah, that's what I can tell you. I know it feels strange, this 4 mana, because against some enemy decks you already... If you play like nothing till turn 4, and then you play Wildpaw Cavern that spawns after this turn this card, then you maybe feel already game over. And yeah, that can happen some games, but like I said, usually and hopefully you play before Wildpaw Cavern a Schooling and a Sleetbreaker and or a Clownfish or something like this, or you have a Frostbite that you can delete an especially a minion with 3 HP, something like this, or a very strong... Yeah, so worst case scenario is definitely that you have like Mutanus, Bru'kan, and okay, Wildpaw Cavern is not a worst case because you have Wildpaw Cavern, but yeah, then it can happen that you are drawing, I don't know, Commander of Neptulon and Gorloc Ravager till turn 4 and you cannot do anything. But that would be super bad draw luck. Enemy needs to have good draw luck, or you maybe will have good draw luck then, and then you would be out of the game. But this is how this scissor paper rock system works. If you play a more control deck and you draw very bad, and the enemy is playing an aggro deck and draws good or maybe even very good, it's game over. That's how it is. So that's why I say Wildpaw Cavern, definitely hold it. Even when it feels strange for you, a 4 mana card to Mulligan, because I guess most Mulligan, I don't know all the decks, but most Mulligans are usually 1, 2 or maybe even 3 mana cards, but besides maybe the Wildpaw ones for Rogue or something else. I have to look for it what other decks, but I would say usually like a 4 mana card, you feel like and then maybe I can do nothing till turn 4, but yeah, it's a good card, so keep it in hand. It's the best card in the deck, in my opinion. Gameplay or game plan. Game plan, like I already mentioned, this is where we're coming to the interesting part of the deck. You have 2 game plans with this deck. One game plan is aggro. Aggro with Schooling, Clownfish, Sleetbreaker. With Clownfish you get an Amalgam down. With Amalgam you get a Naga that you can discover. Another one. Maybe then we're already on turn 5. Maybe you have 6 minions on board with, I don't know, 6 minions all around 2 or 3 free attack, because you see you have very less with less than 2, so let me say 3 attack, 6 minions, 18 damage, 3 more of them is another 18. It's game over with Bloodlust, and that can work. That can definitely work. So that's like the first game plan. If this game plan is not popping up because enemy also is playing well or is hitting your board, or you don't draw these cards to play it fast paced, you can fall back and play it more controlled. You can play a cookie, you can play the Hinakani, a school teacher, like I said, the Wildpaw Cavern that you can freeze the enemy's hero if necessary, or the enemy minions. You can clear the enemy board with things like Command of Neptulon, you can freeze the enemy board, you can try to play big minions with the Snowfall Guardian gameplay around Brann, with the Bolner maybe, with the Macaw, and also at the end you have Glugg, Mutanus with a double eating of an enemy minion can be game breaking for the enemy, because 2 options is important, is his most important minions, or very strong minions. Just think about, I don't know, an 8/8 and a 6/6. It's just saying something, means 14/14. So would it be another 18/18? Usually the Snowfall Guardians are also big minions, because what is kind of the minimum what is on board when you play it? I mean, sometimes you have to play it with just 2 or 3 minions on board, very bad then, but you know, usually a Snowfall Guardian is an 8/8, 9/9, or maybe even more, especially with a Brann or a Bolner. Bru'kan can also keep you, can help you in the late game, definitely. So you have early game power, you have mid game power, and you have late game power. So you have like 3 game plans, and so it's very important that you are flexible and that you think about, hey, how is this game going for me? Which deck is my opponent? What he can do, what he maybe will do, prepare for it. Yeah, sometimes you have to go risky and it pays, or you lose. So you will see it and you will learn it. But with this deck, why I would recommend this deck is you can learn every aspect of the game in that case. Aggro, control, that's okay. I don't want to say this is every aspect of the game, but I want to say fast-paced and control-like, and you can adapt on the enemy or you can adapt on your card draw. That makes it so interesting, the deck to play, and that's why I definitely recommend it. So have fun with the 2 games that are following. It's against a big Spell Mage. Yeah, it's against a big Spell Mage and a Quest Renatal Priest. I mean, so annoying. So you will see it. Have fun, guys. Check this deck out. I recommend it, and have fun. Let us see you. Good luck. Bye bye. Control Murloc Shaman game.
Ragnaros versus Tyrande.
Queen Hajara demands your rebuke.
Behold, the molten Murloc!
Yes, that's a... Oh.
Ah, I see you brought guests.
Yeah, very bad matchup for us again.
I could have sworn it went back together.
It's such a cool card here. Okay, I think I will play this once.
with somewhere to go.
Frozen delight for hard-fought fight.
Was that wise?
Why is this not cheaper?
I've got plenty of mojo to go around.
The Queen's trove is forbidden!
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Oh, I guess we see the whirlpool now. There it is.
Oh, it's a big picture, windy in here.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Die, insect! Job done. I must swim faster!
Okay. What answer he has now?
We hunger for vengeance.
Frostbite's sharper than fang.
Die, insect!
Clear the air! questions?
Definitely not good for us.
For the worthy.
Bone chill!
Clear the air!
Hey, landlubber!
Any questions?
Dive, insect!
He has one card. Come on.
Awesome!
Frostbite's sharper than fang!
GG or?
It is finished.
GG guys. So control Murloc Shaman or Moist Shaman, however you wanna call it. Depends on if you look at Hearthstone replay or hsreplay.net, or if you look on the Donkey Top. Okay, against
Ragnarok
Mage.
versus Jaina!
Knowledge is power.
Behold, the molten Murloc warrior!
I think I will play this one next turn. And this.
The Queen's trove is forbidden!
Good. Okay. Nice board. I will play it. Pressure. This one next turn to draw cards.
No waves can sink this ship.
Who knows what secrets lurk?
Okay. Spam is the only card that can beat us now.
By my calculations, you need to chill out!
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Job's done.
Another chance for Spammy for him, sadly.
I bring the muscle and the magic!
Okay, I have no spell on hand, that's nice. Oh.
Pick me! Pick me!
Any questions?
Yeah, history.
Yay! Landlubber! Pick me! Pick me!
I must swim faster.
Okay, looks good. Maybe I should have played Mutanus to eat some 2 minions from him, but I thought like it's good to be as close as possible to finish him.
You win.
Nice, GG. Okay, we keep it here with 1 game. I also make now the guide part about the deck. I will talk first about the deck and then you will see this game, so that's why I stop here the recording. And then I will, yeah, you see it's a Diamond 5 account just a few days ago. Was the reset, so that's why it's like this. Back on Diamond 5 usually I played in 1 day. I sadly have only plus 10 bonus stars with this account. So yeah, that's it. Good luck with the deck if you play it by yourself. I will make now like 10 or 15 minutes guide talk about it and you will see. Bye bye.